What's up, everybody? GeauxBurns doing Top 5 Ideas 10.0. That's right, the 10th installment of my monthly Top 5 Ideas series. And what it's all about is you and me coming up with ideas, good ideas, crazy ideas, silly ideas, interesting ideas on how Rockstar can improve Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, what I try to do with this series is keep the continuation going, the continuity. That's why I have a list of previous top 5 ideas along with the playlist for you to go back and enjoy. And with each episode, I try to keep it to where these top 5 ideas have not been used in previous installments. Obviously, as we get to future top 5 ideas, that becomes a lot more difficult, challenging, but fun nonetheless, because it forces us to broaden our horizons, to put on the thinking caps, to brainstorm even harder than ever before, and come up with a new set of top 5 ideas. The first idea comes from Adam, aka Aced Gamers. At least that's what he used to go by. But anyways, he has basically a practical idea. Add the melee stats to the weapon wheel. Now, if you look at the weapon wheel when you're playing Grand Theft Auto Online, and you're swapping between the various weapons, the pistols, rifles, machine guns, shotguns, sniper rifle, etc., you will notice that there are stats that appear that show you how strong the weapon is, its strengths, its weaknesses. But if you go down to the bottom to the melee section, you will see no stats for the melee weapons like the knives, the baseball bats, the golf clubs, etc. And it's definitely something that Rockstar should add in a future update. Now, it's obviously not groundbreaking, not a game changer, but I think it would be convenient for us to know exactly which one of our melee weapons is the most lethal. By the way, that would probably either be the knife or the dagger. Until we get something like, I don't know, a machete or a katana. I know I've been an advocate for that for a very long time, but hopefully one day Rockstar will comply and give us a little bit longer bladed weapon like a sword, a scimitar, something in that category. Thanks for the idea, Adam. The next idea comes from my friend Blood Talks, all the way in the Netherlands. And this is what he said off of Facebook. I need a fourth garage, but had an idea that would involve turning one of the hangars at Los Santos International Airport into a Pegasus Hangar that you could retrieve your vehicles like you can in single player. Possibly have it work like a multiplayer garage where the vehicles are on display side by side, although he realizes that all the vehicles would be kind of difficult because even in the biggest of garages, we can only have up to 10 personal vehicles. So that's his idea. He wants an actual Pegasus hangar in order to have an actual place to go on the map in order to retrieve your vehicles instead of calling up Pegasus, dropping $200, going to a spawn location only for it to despawn at the last second, which always sucks. And now for my opinion, obviously, on this idea, because Blood Talks wants it, and I know you want it as well, and I usually like to chime in with my thoughts, my views on everybody's idea. I think this is a really good idea, Blood Talks. I think it's something a lot of people have been wanting from Rockstar, is our own Pegasus garage or hangar at Los Santos International Airport. It would be really cool. You could go in similar to single player, walk up to the wall, hit right on the D-pad, and a list of vehicles that you own will come up, and you select which vehicle you want, and then it spawns outside of the hangar. And at the same time, I also like the idea of being able to have vehicles on display. Now, obviously, you can only have a limited amount of vehicles on display inside the hangar. Let's just say 10 vehicles, but you get to select which 10 vehicles you have on display, which I could imagine happening by going to, say, the back of the hangar, similar to the 10-car and 6-car garages, and where we can move around the vehicles. You can first off select which 10 vehicles to fill in the slots. Say you want to put the Buzzard in there, then the Hydra, then the Savage, then the Valkyrie, and of course the Liberator monster truck or the Marshall monster truck, along with the Technical, the Insurgent pickup, the tank. Of course, that would be in my hangar, obviously. And another aircraft that you might happen to have, like the Vestra, the Bestra, the Miljet, etc. Or the prison bus. You would be able to pick out which 10 of your Pegasus vehicles you want on display. You can move them around to your liking, and of course, if you want to take one out of the hangar, it's very similar to how you do in one of the garages. You walk up to the helicopter, you walk up to one of your jets, or you walk up to the tank, and you get in it, and then it automatically fades out. Then it fades back outside of the hangar, and you're outside in your tank, in your Savage, in your Hydra, Arbestra, and you're good to go. The only small flaw I see about this idea, Blood Talks, revolves around the boats like the speeder, the dinghy, and all the other ones that you can get at dock tees. How will that work? Will they also be displayed in the garage, maybe sitting on a trailer? And if you select them inside the hangar, perhaps you spawn outside in the water just off the airport. I think that's probably the only feasible way that you can make the boats work with the rest of the vehicles in the Pegasus garage. But this is a really good idea, Blood Talks. Thanks for submitting it. Now that we got Adam and Blood Talks' ideas out of the way, and there were no other ideas submitted via YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, it's time for my ideas. That's right. My first idea, number 3 on the list, is a brand new monster truck, which, by the way, would go great in Blood Talks' Pegasus garage. The reason why I want a new monster truck is because, well, obviously the Liberator monster truck, which came out a year ago in the Independence DLC, is currently unavailable for anyone else to purchase it, and the Marshall monster truck is only for returning gamers. So there's a lot of gamers out there playing Grand Theft Auto Online for current gen on the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and maybe even some new players on last gen, and maybe some new gamers coming in for PC in April. They're not going to be able to purchase a monster truck, and I really think the time has come for Rockstar to put out a brand new sweet monster truck to bounce around the hills in, and of course run over cars and NPCs and other players. The body I'm thinking is, well, maybe the Rancher, maybe the Bobcat or Sand King XL, or a Mesa body for this new monster truck. Let me know below in the comment section which body would you prefer to be used for the next monster truck. Once again, the Rancher, Bobcat, Sand King XL, or Mesa, or do you have a better choice? Feel free and let me know. Okay, so next, obviously, livery options. That's one thing I really did like about the Marshall monster truck. You had several countries to choose from, except for a few like the Netherlands. Sorry, Blood Talks. But this time around, I would say go with all the countries that are included in the parachute bags, which is between, what, 45, maybe 50 tops. And yeah, those would be options for you to select for your monster truck. Then, of course, I got a few other crazy ideas as well, like the San Andreas State flag with the beaver on it, Bolingbroke Penitentiary type truck, maybe a blue and orange looking, that would be kind of cool. Then maybe some with GTA brands like E. Cola, Sprunk, Burger Shot, Taco Bob, Clucking Bell, Pisswasser, Redwoods. Then some of the clubs like Vanilla Unicorn, Bahama Mamas, liveries that tie into the various fictional characters, movies, and TV shows like Impotent Rage, Princess Robot Bubblegum would go great with the mask, the Simian, loneliest robot in Great Britain. Let's see, the Republican Space Rangers, Pogo the Space Monkey, Weasel News, CNT. Also, the gangs in the game. That's right. It would be cool if you had like a purple Ballas truck, a green Families truck, a yellow one representing the Vagos. I think yellow's their color. I could be wrong about that. But anyways, also a big mean black truck, maybe with the Slam Van as the frame for the Lost MC. That would be awesome. A few other livery ideas I'll throw out there as well as maybe locations. One specifically for San Fierro, Las Venturas, Area 69, Los Santos, FIB, IIA, Meriwether News, let's see, Fort Zancudo, Liberty City, and of course Vice City with maybe a sweet looking 80s theme to the livery, as well as a few more mood themed liveries or lifestyle choices like Smiley Face, Sad Face, Angry Face, Rainbow Flag, Pirate Flag, Anarchy Flag, Peace, Love, and Four-Leaf Clover Flag, since we celebrated St. Patrick's a week or so back. And one more thing I'd like to add to the monster truck, I would really love for it to actually be a 4-door, 4-passenger monster truck that would really set it apart from the Liberator and Marshall. Now, finally, moving on to my 4th idea on the list, a military appreciation DLC. Now, there's been rumors for a long time now of a possible military DLC coming eventually to Grand Theft Auto Online. I think now would be perfect for it because we just had Heist come out with a lot of sweet, awesome new Pegasus vehicles, as I mentioned a few moments ago. I would like to see this DLC possibly happen in late May, early June, because some big stuff happens around that time. For example, Memorial Day weekend, and of course, a week or so later, D-Day is commemorated. So I think that would be the perfect time for a military appreciation DLC. Plus, I don't think we're going to be getting a DLC in April because Rockstar is going to be focusing on Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online coming to PC. And I think that by then, by late April, early June, we're going to be basically starving for new content. So it might as well be another big juicy update, right? So here's my idea. Various new police, sheriffs, military uniforms, because I know a lot of you have been really wanting the police uniforms, and now they're gone. All right, but anyways, we'll talk about that Sunday. But yes, I would like to see uniforms added to the military appreciation DLC. New vehicles as well, because what is a new DLC without new vehicles? And obviously, I want these to be military themed, like the rumored military ATV or military Patriot possibly added. That would be kind of cool. The Hunter attack helicopter finally coming. That would be sweet. An APC like the one from Ballad of Gay Tony, which was a DLC for Grand Theft Auto 4. A World War II warplane similar to the Rustler, which was in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. That is something I've been wanting for a very long time now. Similar in design to maybe a combination between the P-51D Mustang and the RAF Spitfire. That would be a really sweet warplane if we had that. A militarized version of the Duster biplane, which would look very World War I-like. That would be really cool looking with some sweet cannons on it. And maybe you could actually drop bombs off of it as well. That would be awesome. A gunship version of the Titan, which is obviously based off the C-130. So it would be the AC-130, aka an attack Titan. That would be nice. A classic Mesa based off of the World War II version of the military Jeep. That would be really cool. You could buy it, you could customize it, and obviously put in the garage as one of your personal vehicles. Perhaps even a World War II-like Sherman tank, similar to the rusted one that's found in the scrapyard in the Death Metal mission. I believe that's the mission. Obviously, it wouldn't be as strong as the Rhino, but it might be faster, more maneuverable, and obviously, since it'd be based off the Sherman, a lot more easily to destroy, but still a lot of fun. Speaking of the Rhino tank, which is basically the star of my Misadventures Monday series, I would like for Rockstar to finally go in, update, tweak the tank to where you could actually get a second player up on the 50 cal. Very similar to how you can do with the Insurgent pickup, because that gun is there on the tank, but alas, as of right now, it cannot be used. Something else I would like to see is the laser finally added to Warstock. A lot of us have been talking about this when we've been gaming together, Delinquent, myself, and others, and we would really like to be able to purchase the laser attack jet, which would be perfect for a military appreciation DLC. Obviously, they could set a rank to it, like you'd have to be like rank 125 or rank 130 in order for it to finally unlock. And the price tag should be kind of steep, maybe between $4 and $5 million. And one more thing I'd like to see added to the military appreciation DLC, the USS Lexington, aka the aircraft carrier that we've seen in the heist setup mission for Humane Labs, EMP. I want to see that finally added to free mode. Oh, and a new weapon or weapons like a new rifle, machine gun, and perhaps even a military revolver from back in the day, kind of old school, like a Colt 45. That'd be kind of cool as well to add to a military appreciation DLC. And now for my fifth and final idea in my top 5 ideas 10.0 series, an Independence Revolution DLC. Now, yes, I realize we had an Independence Day DLC last year. In fact, I would say bring back everything from that time-limited DLC so that people can buy the items once again, like the clothing, the masks, the Liberator monster truck, the Sovereign bike, the firework rocket launcher, which most likely would return anyways, and of course the musket rifle. But add more stuff. Revolutionary War themed clothing like the red coats, blue coats, and of course green coats, which were used by loyalist colonists fighting for the crown. That's right, not everybody in America at the time wanted independence. Some were actually fighting on the other side. Anyways, I would also like to see some of the various hats from the era, like the tricorn hats, perhaps some fun crowns you could run around in. It'd be silly, but it would still be kind of funny though, right? Cavalry helmets, grenadier hats, cavalry saber. Finally be able to add a freaking sword to the game. I would love to have a cavalry saber. A musket pistol would be really sweet, and some new masks as well, like an Uncle Sam mask, a Lady Liberty, or in this case, a Lady Happiness, based off the Statue of Happiness in Liberty City mask. That would be kind of cool. A King George III mask, some Founder masks, based off likenesses of Washington, Jefferson, Franklin, Adams. That would be awesome as well. And since Native Americans played a key role in the war on both sides, I think there should be some Native American stuff as well, like face paint, clothing, headdresses, war bonnets, and perhaps even a new throwing weapon like the tomahawks. I mentioned something about this in a previous top 5 ideas, the idea of having throwing knives and throwing tomahawks up in the same section as the grenades and the Molotov cocktails, sticky bombs, proximity mines, etc. I think that would be really cool if Rockstar added those as well, obviously from Red Dead Redemption. It would just be really cool if you go to Ammunition and buy up to say 20 tomahawks, and you can either kill somebody up close with one, or you could just toss them at somebody similar to a throwing knife or a ninja star. It would just be a lot of fun, and it would add a new dynamic to Grand Theft Auto Online. Plus, they would be very useful in stealth attacks as well. And there you have it, Top 5 Ideas 10.0. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks once again to Adam and of course Blood Talks for submitting their ideas. And let me know below in the comment section which of the ideas is your favorite. New melee stats to the weapon wheel, a brand new Pegasus garage, a brand new monster truck, a military appreciation DLC, or a revolution DLC.